Hey angels, TouchedByTyHairCo here. And if you've been following me, you know that I've been teaching myself a little bit of this MUA stuff. If you want to see how I achieve this look, stay tuned. I'm happy you came back. See you in a second. All right. Welcome back to Touched by Ty Hair Co. And as you can see, we're getting into this little look. All right. That was my model with a clean face. I always prep my models with the Marcier, I think it's the micellar water. Or the Garnier Fructis. I don't know what company it's by, but I showed it up there. And this is me getting ready to prep her face with the primer by Elf. And for my primer brush, I use the Real Techniques 034 brush to prime the face, okay? I love that brush. It's a good priming brush. I actually found it low-key at TJ Maxx. So, yeah, don't sleep on, okay, TJ Maxx. That's just me. I always pre-clean my brushes. I make sure to pre-clean my brushes after each use. This is me going in with the, I believe that's the Nika K eyeliner in dark brown to shape out her brows. So what I found out as I brushed her brow hairs into place, she had very light brows. So I felt like the dark brown would be too heavy or too dark. So off camera, I went and I switched it out for the Nika K brown, just a regular brown brush. And that was a little bit more lighter and more natural looking for her skin tone. I am very, very new to makeup, guys. This is something that what got me into it is because it is a service that I am now adding to hair services at my salon. And I just started teaching myself how to do it. The content was I don't really do much in school. So I thought that, hey, why don't I just show you guys myself still in school, still being active in school, but incorporating another service, you know what I'm saying? And creating more content for you guys to watch. This is what I go in. This is made by, I want to say this is made by Nika K. This is their brow fixer gel. And I just like it. You know, I either use this or clear lash glue to mold the lash hairs into place. But I didn't want to open a new lash glue, and I had this that I already started using. So y'all will see me using this until I'm done. I go in with the Morphe brush. I know a lot of people like to use a concealer brush to mold out the brows, but I like an angle brush. I'm still a baby in this makeup game, so every time I use that round or oval looking concealer brush, I just don't get a good outline. I don't like it. So I'm a little bit more precise with a straight line. So I like to go in with the Morphe M165 brush to shape out every brow that I do. At the bottom and on the top, I do use a regular concealer brush for a more rounded effect. For her skin complexion, I use the Absolute New York full coverage concealer. You saw me hold that up earlier. It's in the lightest shade. I don't know how their shades are numbered. I think I might have rubbed it off. So that's what I use. This is me using a brush made by a makeup company or a brush company called Crown Pro. And that's the C507 brush to smudge and blend in that concealer at the under eye and over the top. For her eyeshadow base, I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Rose. And I'm blending that out. I used about maybe a dime size to use for her eyeshadow base. And to set her eyeshadow base, I'm going in with the RK by Kiss trans translucent, transparent, which is white, setting powder. And I use that to set her eyelids and to brighten up. That's it right there, the HD setting. And I use that to set her eyelids and to brighten up her brows. I use the Morphe 9C palette to achieve this look. I use the light purple, that dark purple, that blue, and that green. And y'all, I'm going to be honest. Her skin did not accept the blue, and I don't know why. Okay? As I said, I'm a baby in this, and I did not like this look. I just didn't like it. I don't know why. I don't know if it was her skin tone, her undertones maybe, but I didn't like it. But I kept going. And I was determined to finish the look. So as you can see, we did like a blended ombre look, and what you see me putting in her inner corner is a matte white. So her eyes go from white, green, blue to this deep purple. That was the goal. That's what I was going for. Once I completed the eyeshadow look, I couldn't really see it. So to clean her eyes and all of that fallout, because that palette had a lot of fallout, I go in and I use the makeup wipes from Walmart, sensitive kind, and I just cleaned up the space so that I could see what I was working with, because I felt like that I was naked. It just wasn't what I wanted. Off camera, I believe I went in and I added some rhinestones to like give it a little pop at some point. This is the NYX liner that I used to line her eye for her lash line, and I mattified her lash line with that black matte that's in that Mora palette, just to give it like a blended look, just kind of to blend out that lash line so it wouldn't be like so bold and straight and look out of place. So I kind of blended it using a flat eyeliner brush. And it started to come together a little bit for me at this point, but the blue just, it got on my nerves, y'all. Like, it really, really got on my nerves. So I went on and I put on her eyelashes using this Superflex rubber type glue. I went on and measured her eyelashes to fit her eye, and I placed them at her lash line. And as you can see, that's where we were. Once I applied the lashes, it started coming together. This is what I used for her foundation. Now, I'm going to keep it funky. Oh, there it goes. I placed the rhinestones. Can y'all see them now? Yeah. So I'm going to keep it funky. I service everyone of every ethnicity, okay? But there is a huge difference from doing melanated women's makeup and more fair tone or Caucasian women's makeup. There's a difference in the way that everything happens, okay? So I'm learning that, okay? I have a mixed clientele. I do service everybody as far as my hair business is concerned. So I want to be able to service anyone that sits in my chair for a glam look. A few things have passed. I'm showing everything that I use for every step of the way. I think at this point, that was her highlight and contour. So I used for her highlight, I went back in with the same thing that I used at her to shape out her eyebrows, which was that Absolute New York. And then for her contour shade, I used the Nika K full coverage concealer in the color 04. And here I'm using a damp Real Techniques blending brush to blend all of that in. She was very, very light. So I had to create her foundation color. And here I am setting her face. I am setting her face using the LA Girl pressed powder in the color Ivory. This is me setting her highlighted areas using the color Ivory. And then I'm going to go back in and set the rest of her face using the color, I believe is Beige Nude, to give her some color, because she was like white, like white. And that's me using the Beige Nude to set the rest of her face. Again, sometimes when you get clients, you have to create their foundation. And I'm really learning how to do that. There is a skill in doing that because you want to match the undertone. So you might get a good color, but once that foundation starts to set into the skin, it can bring out an orange or blue or purple in that undertone when you're dealing with somebody that is fair skinned. So just be mindful of that. Make sure you're mixing properly. Here I'm going in, I'm setting her contour with the powder using the RK by Kiss contour palette and light medium powder. I'm very new. Most of the things that I use, okay, they come from the beauty supply store or the drug store. I use the Moda brush. That's a Moda, Moda, I believe is how you say it, Moda brush to set that contour. And that's the contouring brush. And then you see me going in and basically contouring her nose with the same color that I used for her contour on her face. And I use just an angled brush to do her nose and bring that out. Sometimes with fair-skinned people, you have to add a little bit of color to them, and that's what I was attempting to do with her contour and bronzing her face. Now I'm going in to bake her. I use the Absolute New York baking powder in the color banana. And here I am baking her highlight everywhere where I highlighted her. So that's going to be her under eye, her nose, right above her nose bridge area, and her chin. And I also wanted to give her some definition because she doesn't have like a very broad chin. So I wanted to give some definition under that contour just to bring that out to kind of define her face. And that is what her baking process looks like. Now I'm going in with blush. This is the Profusion palette, but I didn't want to use that palette because I wanted to bring some color into her face. So I went in with a deeper red. I'm not sure who that's made by. And I just blended this blush into her contour because I just wanted to bring some color to that cheek area and some definition. You'll see me go in once I bronze her. I use the, well, now I'm blending. I'm pressing all of that into the skin. But I'm going to go in with a bronzer, my favorite bronzer. You'll see me hold that up here in a minute in the shade 02. There it is, the L'Oreal Luminate Bronze It. I love this bronzer. I live by it. It just gives the skin a very beautiful glow and a lovely bake. And instead of me going in with a 1, which is the lighter shade, again, I wanted to bring all of this color and bronzing together. So I went in a little bit darker with a shade 02, and I blended her entire face together. For her lash line, for her waterline under her eye, I went in with the, I believe that's the LA Colors pencil in the shade blue, which just made her eyes really pop. And to set her face, I went in with the Kiss Pro Touch Matte Finish Setting Spray. And I used the Nika K mascara, waterproof mascara, just to make her bottom lashes kind of pop out. Y'all, she's pregnant. She's expecting her first child. And she was super, super fun to work on. And she really did appreciate me giving her this service, and I appreciated her just letting me practice on her. This is my, y'all know my handy dandy little knockoff Kylie palette from the flea market. Okay, don't sleep on the flea market. And I went in with a gold highlight to kind of bring the look all together. I highlighted her cheekbones, her brow area, her nose, and her chin. This is the RK by Kiss. I think this is either an eyeliner or a lip liner in the shade Purple. I wanted to bring this look together. I didn't want to do a purple lip, but I did want to just do like a smudged look on her lip. So I outlined her lip line in purple, and I went in with the, I believe it's made by Kiss Colors, their Nutty Nude Glam Shine lip gloss. And I had her smudge her lips together. And y'all, that really did complete the look. This is not my best work. It is not my favorite look. However, I finished, okay? We are sometimes our hardest critics, but it's so important that we just keep going. Keep going. It's a learning experience. I wouldn't consider myself a professional makeup artist yet, but I am an aspiring professional makeup artist, and I am self-taught. So if you have any tips and tricks for me, be kind. Go ahead and leave them in the comment section. And I'm always learning, honey. Always. And then I just try to do something with her hair so we could get some cute pics, y'all. And she could feel good about herself, okay? And this is the finished look, okay? This is under a bright ring light. And yeah, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. But she loved it. I learned a lot. And that's all that mattered at this point. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and Facebook at TouchedByTyHairCo. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. This is week 48, day 2 in school, okay? Check out the cosmetology vlog if you haven't done that already. This is her with the low light so that you can see, baby. One thing I do, and I don't care what the skin tone is blend, honey. Don't ever come for me. No flashback, boo-boo. Yes. And get into that nose chisel. Ow. Touched by Ty Hair Co. out.